Hi everyone, welcome to Witty Toys Kitchen. Today I'll show you how to make a super quick and tasty cold noodle salad. It's a very popular quick meal that we enjoy many times every summer. It tastes so flavorful and refreshing. It has an amazing texture combination of chewy noodles, crunchy vegetables, and meaty pressed tofu. It's totally plant-based, very healthy. Let's get started. So we start from cook up the dried noodles. For this recipe, ideally you need round noodles. If you have dried noodles like this one, that's perfect, but feel free to use any noodle you have in your pantry. For this type of thin noodle, I cook it in boiling water for only 2 minutes. It's better undercooked than overcooked, because you want your noodle a bit chewy and firm rather than soft. Alternatively, you can use the thin spaghetti. I found it very good for this recipe too. Then I transfer it into cold water to kill the heat. Then drain it and add in 1 tablespoon toasted sesame oil. Give it a mix so the noodle won't stick together. Then I quickly blanch some mung bean sprouts in boiling water for about 30 seconds, simply because I don't like eating it raw. If you like having raw mung bean sprouts, just skip this step. Then I put it in cold water to chill, so the bean sprouts will still be nicely crunchy. Now it's time to prepare the sauce. 1½ tablespoon sesame paste, add in 1 tablespoon toasted sesame oil. Mix it up until the sesame paste dissolves into the sesame oil evenly and creamy. This is the soul of the cold noodle dish, which is also the authentic ingredient. If you wonder what Chinese sesame paste is, I can tell you that the Chinese sesame paste is quite different from tahini, because the sesame seeds in it are toasted, while those in tahini sauce are added raw. So the Chinese sesame paste is darker in color, much thicker, tastes richer, more aromatic than tahini. You can find it easily in your local Chinese supermarket. If you don't have sesame paste, peanut butter is actually a very good substitute. And of course, you can still use tahini. Then we add in 2 tablespoons light soy sauce, 2 tablespoons vegetarian oyster sauce, which is also called mushroom sauce, 2 tablespoons Zhenjiang vinegar, which is a Chinese black vinegar. It's okay if you don't have it, because I found balsamic vinegar is a perfect substitute for this recipe. 1 tablespoon sugar, or honey if you want, 1 teaspoon minced garlic, and 2 tablespoons water. Then mix it well. Since the soy sauce is quite salty, usually you don't need to add in salt anymore, but feel free to give it a taste test and add in a little bit of salt if you need to adjust the flavor. Then it comes to our protein part. This is pressed tofu, also called dried tofu. This is a type of tofu that has been pressed to remove all the liquid, so they are much firmer than regular tofu. The texture is more like a ham, a little bit meaty and chewy. They are ready to eat, so perfect for making cold dishes, much better than using raw firm tofu. There are 2 types of them, seasoned and unseasoned. The unseasoned ones are in white color, just like a regular tofu. The ones I'm using today have been seasoned with 5 spice and soy sauce. That's why it looks browny outside. It's usually available in your local Chinese grocery store within the tofu range. For today's recipe, I just simply cut it into strips. Now let's assemble our salad. 1 serving of noodle in a bowl, add in our favorite vegetables, some sliced spring onion, the mung bean sprouts, some julienne cucumber, as well as julienne carrot. For the vegetable part, you can absolutely play around with any colorful veggie you like for this salad. And don't forget the pressed tofu. Then we get our sauce, give it a quick stir again, and pour half of it into the noodle. Then garnish with some coriander. If you like it spicy, drizzle some homemade chili oil over the top to give it an extra kick. And down. Nothing complicated really. So here's the traditional Chinese cold noodle dish, a perfect summer meal. Gently toss the salad to mix it well with the dressing before you enjoy it. You can see the thin noodle has absorbed all the dressing instantly. It is nutty, sweet and tangy, very flavorful. The vegetables are so crunchy, combined with meaty, chewy pressed tofu, very delicious. Have for now, save the rest of it for your lunch for the next day. Another small tip here is I'd like to put the sauce in a separate sealable container so the noodle will stay fresh and chewy instead of getting soggy by soaking in the dressing overnight. Please check the full recipe in the description below and give it a try. If you like my recipe, please give a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.